Welcome to the HR Happy Hour. We are here live at Oracle CloudWorld, and I am here with Steve Bose.
Hey Trish,
Steve,
how are you?
I'm fantastic. How are you today?
I'm very well. I'm excited to be here. It's been a fun first day so far for us, and a lot more to come.
A lot more to come. Yes, we're just at the beginning of it, but we wanted to touch base with everyone, let you know what we're doing, what we're hearing, and we'll do some more reporting as the event goes along. But yeah, so today, why don't you kick us off? We started with a lot of announcements and some big discussion around HCM.
Yeah, it's great to be here at CloudWorld because you get that full range of information about what's going on with the apps with Oracle, what's going on with customers, what's going on with new development. We got a good overview of that, a little bit of a teaser, right, for some things to come, but the main takeaway I had was just Oracle Cloud HCM really pushing HCM forward, both with the breadth of offerings, right? They have the most applications in their full suite of HCM offerings, and their capability, which is outstanding. I mean, they're winning awards, redid the whole user experience, winning huge customers. I'm a little bit, Oracle guys.
You seem impressed.
They've been killing it, and it's a theme that even goes back to the pandemic, right? When they continue to really innovate and deliver throughout all those years, and it continues today, and it's a pretty great success story. I think that's what we heard today.
I think you said the main word, which is delivery, right? That's what Oracle is known for. To be fair, I was a customer when I was back in human resources, so can attest to that being something that's gone on for many, many years, right? They're known for that. You actually worked for Oracle for quite a long time, and so I think that's something that, again, it's not just something that's happening right now. This is sort of their mode of operation. It's core to their culture of how they serve their clients. And the one thing I was kind of picking up on was time. We talked to several of the executives here, both in HCM, but we also heard in the keynote this morning, Safra was talking with someone from Uber, from Aon. It's big clients, right? But they were all talking about how technology is actually helping their people use their time better, understand what they're doing with their time, how to make improvements both in process and in productivity. And it was all, tied back to the people solutions in every single example. So I know one of the things you mentioned briefly was just sort of the design. So could you maybe share just your thoughts around, I know Redwood has been introduced for a couple years now, a little bit pre-pandemic, but they've made big strides.
Yeah, I'd say with the redesign of the kind of user level, right, the user experience of their HCM suite, I think for me, right, and I see a lot of technology, Trish, I think Oracle HCM has the best UX in the industry, and I don't think it's really that close, right? There's a lot of applications out there that look pretty cool, they're pretty, they have nice colors, et cetera, but if you take it from sort of beginning to end and think about the depth and breadth of capabilities across the full suite, overlaid with the user experience layer, both from a design perspective, which is the Redwood design, and the employee experience layer, right, which is their Oracle ME products and the Oracle Grow products and new products they announced this week.
Right.
I think the user experience is really tops in the industry and a differentiator, right? A long time ago that wasn't the case, and now Oracle goes into competitive situations and wins for sometimes on user experience.
Right, and you're right. They build in the with employee journeys so that you're from the moment you first have interaction with an organization all the way until maybe you're an alumni and maybe even a boomerang, right? They are covering that entire life cycle of the individual. I'm not even going to call it the employee because it goes before and after, right? One of the most impressive things, I want to hit on one more thing before we close here today, was embedded generative AI, right?
Yeah, of course.
We're hearing so much about AI in the workplace. Actually going to be speaking about it myself at HR Tech in a couple weeks, but one of the interesting things, if you're an HR buyer for a CEO, CFO, right, and you're looking at Oracle HCM, Cloud HCM, the difference for me is that it is fully embedded into the design of Redwood so that it's part of the product, whereas it's not just something that's bolted on. Right, and that's it. You mentioned you hear and talk to a lot of different vendors, right? You probably several hundred each, probably quarter, right? What are you seeing, and how does that compare maybe to how you've seen generative AI being kind of rolled out in other
I'd say, well, I've seen a lot of cool examples of Gen AI across the HCM landscape. We did top products of the year for HR this year. We saw a ton of it and some really, really good manifestations of it. I think what makes Oracle's a little bit different is CI, as well as other partnerships Oracle's made on the infrastructure and even hardware side, right?
Yeah.
Access to GPUs, Chris mentioned today, is a big thing. To have a Gen AI capability that's going to be more fundamental to the products versus something that's just slapped onto the existing product set.
Right.
And the other thing I thought was notable was how really thoughtful their approach is in the HCM space to the incorporation of Gen AI capabilities, right? First thinking about, well, what can Gen AI do? It could help us author things. It could give us suggestions on how to do things. It could maybe surface some insights on existing data sets. Or maybe it can help us summarize some data, right? Make sense of it. So these are things Gen AI is really good at doing. Now let's understand these and then figure out where Gen AI should be applied in the suite, right? So what are the use cases? So they're identifying use cases, embedding Gen AI capability in those use cases, and then here's the most important part to me, making that available to customers by simply hitting a toggle switch essentially, and turning on Gen AI capabilities, say for a job description, authoring, or for suggestions on how to set a goal, or coaching on how to write a more
like a performance evaluation. I always saw that where it within a
more
few
powerful
seconds,
and performance review. So I think in many ways Oracle's got a head start or lead on many other competitors, and a lot of that goes back to that legacy of innovation, that ability to invest a lot in R&D, and that commitment to building kind of enterprise level soup to nuts application suites, which they've got a lot of advantages there against a lot of the competitors in the market, and you're seeing that play out in the cadence of new product releases, new innovations, and awards that they've won. So I'm a bit of a cheerleader here. I'm not going to lie, but that's
okay. You're allowed.
It's quite impressive what the team at Oracle HCM has done over the last 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, I agree. I just the last thing in closing is to say, Chris Leone definitely shared with us the large language model, how that is a true differentiator for Oracle products, not just Cloud HCM, but across the board, as you mentioned. And I think that's where, if you're a buyer, that's where you need to start asking the questions, right, of anybody that you're talking with, and find out how does that compare to what Oracle is pushing forward, because it's significant from what we've seen so far. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching today. We will be back tomorrow with much more information, right? We've got some exciting information coming up from Yvette Cameron on the HCM front, as well as another couple keynotes that we're going to attend. We'll catch you back here tomorrow.